Podcasts are hot right now. How do I know? Well, you're listening to one right now, aren't you? But you might be wondering, how on earth do I get my voice out there and start my own podcast? It all seems so intimidating. Between hosting and platforms and monetization, it can get real complicated real quick. Well, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. We started this podcast over 2 years ago, not knowing clue one on how to do it. So how do we do it? We did it with Anchor. Anchor is the free podcast app with creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. And Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on all the platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. And everybody likes money, right? Well, you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So go right now, download the free Anchor app, or go to Anchor FM to get started. It's the eCommerce Minute, your daily dose of e-commerce, tech, and retail news with your host, John Suder, Bart, Mroz, and Brittany Blackman. The eCommerce Minute is a production of SUMO Heavy, a digital commerce consulting firm located in Brooklyn, New York, and Philadelphia. Find us on the web at sumoheavy.com. It's eCommerce Minute, episode 712.
In today's episode, Amazon tests live video calls to vet third-party sellers.
Amazon has historically faced intense scrutiny over the products sold by third-party sellers on its platform. Last year, an investigation by the Wall Street Journal found thousands of items for sale on Amazon that were mislabeled, banned, or had been declared unsafe by federal agencies. There have also been the many reports of counterfeit goods being sold on Amazon. In the wake of the current pandemic, the counterfeit goods are skyrocketing, so Amazon had to take action. The company is piloting a program to remotely validate potential sellers' identification through video conferencing. The live verification initiative initially used in-person meetings when it began earlier this year, but pivoted to video conferencing as the COVID-19 pandemic made social distancing measures necessary. Amazon will use a proprietary machine learning system to review hundreds of unique data points to spot potential risks, such as whether the account is associated with another previously shuttered account. The company will set up a video call with prospective sellers, verify that their identification matches the documents submitted in their application, and use trained investigators to review applications before approving third-party sellers. The system does not involve any facial recognition technology to verify their identity. The call also provides an opportunity for the associate to answer questions about the application process. Amazon says that over 1,000 prospective sellers have gone through the pilot program so far. Amazon says its existing verification process for third-party sellers uses a combination of machine learning and human review to weed out suspected bad actors. The company said these processes stopped 2.5 million accounts from listing items for sale in 2019. The process is currently being trialed in countries including the US, UK, China, and Japan. So I guess what these guys do, they get their account shut down and then they go try to open another one, and then they need all these people to it's like playing whack-a-mole.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Whack-a-mole. Literally, though.
Yeah. And we've heard the stories of people selling counterfeit PPE and stuff, which is completely despicable.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine the staff that's required on Amazon just to constantly do this. You know, it's like when you have at Facebook, when Facebook first started, there was like all this crazy stuff you used to see on there. Well, now they employ like many thousands of people that just sit there all day long, just flagging bad content. I imagine it's the same scenario at Amazon because just of the massive size and scale and people that want to sell, let's just use the word crap on there, it must be really hard to police. And I guess through this video conferencing thing, it might be a little bit harder to tell if someone's on the up and up, but I guess if they're checking ID and things like that. But criminals are crafty and they're going to slip through the cracks. So I hope this helps because it's Amazon. I don't know. It's like I view Amazon more and more with a skeptical eye whenever I go to buy something now, and it's a shame.
Oh, yeah. Before we started doing these types of stories, I bought stuff, even makeup off of Amazon. I was like, dude, it's okay,
yeah.
la, la, la.
It's
and
Amazon.
now I think, I triple think about it. I'm like, where is this coming from?
Yeah, no, I find myself reading the reviews more, which but it's my fault is that I didn't do the research, but I would buy certain things. Like I buy stuff for my office, like a light for my office. Like I've been looking for a new keyboard. I want to go back to a wireless keyboard. I have this stupid wire going across my podcast microphone and it's my OCD brain is exploding. So I've been researching wireless keyboards. I found this really good keyboard. Kind of looks like an Apple keyboard, but my one complaint, and I say this to you, Bart, all the time, I need a keyboard that has a light that I can see when the caps are locked. I can't see it when my hand is covering it. This one had a caps lock light on the right. I'm like, this is it. It matches the Apple aesthetic. It's brushed aluminum. It's wireless. It charges. Oh, this is perfect. It's the kind that, you put a switch and you can switch over and use it on your iPad. You hit another switch, you can use it on your phone. I read the reviews. They're like, stopped working after 1 week. N button sticking. I have to retype everything with an N over again. It's like, I read all these reviews. I'm like, damn, this thing is a piece of crap. But they're selling a ton of them because there's enough people that give a good review. And who knows if that's true or not. But, it gets enough reviews where they can sell this $36 keyboard and just keep selling it until someone tells them to stop. And I think and my silly, long, boring story points out the fact that a lot of people will just go, $36? That looks good. They'll get it. It'll break and they'll go, okay, lesson learned.
Yeah.
And I've been fortunate never to buy anything that's been knocked off on Amazon, but I've certainly bought enough crap on there.
I'm afraid that I don't know that it's been knocked off. I'm afraid of the unknown.
You can usually tell when it catches fire. That's
true. That's true in most cases.
The house down. Usually that's the idea.
That's terrible. All right, we'll close this one with a little stat time. Third-party sellers are responsible for more than 50% of unit sales on Amazon. That's according to GeekWire. And Amazon stated that in 2019, its protective measures stopped to 2.5 million accounts globally. 2.5 million accounts before they could list any products for sale on the platform. So when I talk about scale, someone has to sift through 2.5 million accounts. I am sure there is a whole division that just works on this part of it. It's staggering to imagine the scale there. It's really incredible. You guys got anything else?
Nope.
Nope. All right, that's your e-commerce minute for today. We'll see you on the internet tomorrow. That's it for today's show. If you like the show, do us a favor and subscribe or leave us a review on iTunes. And don't forget, you can now listen to the e-commerce minute on your Amazon device. Just add e-commerce minute to your flash briefing. And finally, if you have a comment or suggestion or just want to say hi, find us on social media @SUMO Heavy.